why teaching? Why is that important? Good morning and welcome to Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee. I'm Chris Yao. Scott Stewart down in Pulaski is coming your way here in just a moment. I am standing at the Miracle League Park, the future site of the Miracle League Park here in Maury County, where yesterday they held a ribbon cutting, and we are excited about that. We're going to have a story next week on what you can expect to see here at Maury County Park when Miracle League does actually begin to take shape. It's really exciting stuff. Also, in today's show, we've got a sneak peek after the soft opening of Living on 6th, a brand new shop here in Columbia on 6th Street, which is moving from Spring Hill to Columbia. So we'll tell you a little bit about what to expect there as well. We've got a lot of great stuff coming up in this show, so make sure to stick around. But right now, we're going to give you headlines on the wrap. This week's Main Street Maury front page, you can find stories on things such as the GM and Maury County pilot program. They are still in negotiations, and the county is still deciding on how to go about taking care of General Motors and the Ultium sales plant. So there's a major story developing there, and of course keep it with Main Street Maury for continuing updates on that story. But you can find a story on the front page this week. You can also find a story on Barbara McIntyre. The city of Columbia dedicated Fire Station number 3 in her honor. Also, Scott Sapicki has a bill that is coming out that involves math incentives and education. So you'll find a full story on what his plans are as well on there. And you can also find a story about Spring Hill Planners in Wall Street. So make sure that you check that out. And also over the weekend, an incident involving some students at Columbia Central High School resulted in the arrest of 2 juveniles who were arrested for threatening a school, as a photo circulated online with a school shooting threatening. So all of that and much, much more inside this week's edition of Main Street Maury. We're going to send you down to Pulaski, where Scott Stewart is standing by.
Hey everybody, it's Scott Stewart, and this is the wrap for the Pulaski Citizen this week. If you're a developer in the Middle Tennessee and North Alabama areas, make sure you stick around for my interview with Pulaski Mayor J.J. Brindley, who's put together a developers conference right here in Pulaski. It's next week, October the 25th, and the mayor himself will be right here with me and tell us all about it here in just a few minutes. In the Pulaski Citizen this week, Adam McCowan is the Citizen Spotlight. He's top and center of the front page. Also recognized this week is Jenny Myers of the Giles County Emergency Services. She received the first County Employee of the Quarter award at the County Commission meeting Monday. The County Commission covered a lot of business Monday, and it's all right there on the front page of the Pulaski Citizen this week. Also on the front page, the Pulaski Board of Mayor and Aldermen is considering rezoning property on Gordon Lane to a higher density designation. And the board met last week and will meet again next week, and all that info is available on the front page. Fire Prevention Week was a week or so back, and local first responders spent October 7th in the Home Depot parking lot with educational exhibits that included an example of what happens when you try to put a grease fire out with water. It's pretty dynamic exhibition. There's pictures right there on the front page. Also, there's a video. If you go to Pulaski Citizen Live YouTube channel, there's video of that exhibition as well. On page A2, there's a lot of photos highlighting the Fall on the Hill and Minor Hill Festival and the Campbellsville Heritage Festival, both of those back a couple of weekends ago. The Giles Pass this week features Anthony Hill, and also inside there's obituaries, backward glances, school board article, property transfers, community briefs, church pages, so much more. It's all in the Pulaski Citizen this week. Get your copy today. We'll be right back after this.
They have always met wildest expectations as far as taking care of my teeth and my health. You know, teeth health is very important now to your heart. And I told him one day, I said, I'd love to have nice teeth and nice hair. And he said, well, I can take care of the teeth, but I can't take care of the hair. And I said, you can make my teeth? He said, yeah. I said, well, let's go for it. And he did. And I have been tremendously pleased. Dr. Hart, if you need him at night, he's here. This staff here will take care of you 24/7. You don't have to worry about, I can't get a hold of my dentist, my tooth's hurting. No, they will be here for you. And if I could get Dr. Hart to take that same artistry that he has and grow hair, then he would be double rich.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily, as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
Welcome back. Heidi's Faith High Five Memorial Foundation recently charted. We have her mother here with us to share Heidi's story and how special this foundation is. We have Jody Luter with us. Jody, thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Thank you for having us today.
First off, share your daughter's story with us, if you don't mind.
So Heidi Faith was a little girl that we had in May. We found out just soon after we were pregnant at really like 9 weeks. We had done some DNA testing and found out that she had trisomy 13. And so we decided that her life was important and we were going to celebrate her and her life as long as the Lord gave her to us. And so we decided we were going to give her the opportunity of life. You know, there's always a lot of options out there for babies now. So her life was important. So we decided we would carry her until the Lord called her home. And so he actually blessed us with her for 9 months in the womb and 31 hours. And so we wanted to start a foundation to help support other moms maybe going through something very similar.
And you're doing that through these incredible boxes that you have here. Explain the setup and what this will do for those moms who have the same experience.
Yes. So one of the things that the Lord gave us was time. We had a lot of time to process like how we wanted to memorialize her life and things we wanted to do to keep her memory alive at home. So we actually have a little hand print kit that we get from an organization called Patty Cakes. And what Patty Cakes does is they take those handprints and make them into bronze. So this is her little hand and her little feet, and this is a memorial box here. So our plan with her foundation is to have those kits available for hospitals and maybe even a funeral home if the baby goes to the funeral home. But after the baby passes, a lot of times you don't know that your baby may pass. And so when a baby becomes an angel baby, we want to have those kits available for moms and dads, parents to get those handprints, you know, before it's too late. So this will be something they'll have at home forever.
That is beautiful. And on this little placard in here, it says, "I knew you before I formed you in your mother's womb."
Absolutely.
And it's just absolutely, that is beautiful. How has this helped you in your process of grieving?
Yes. So to me, at our home, we have the little box, of course, but being able to offer that same memorial for other families. We talk about her, you know, it helps us talk about her life in general. You know, you want to brag about your kids all the time and things they're excelling in. So for her, this is helping other families. So her life will matter forever.
Have you met other mothers since, you know, the loss of Heidi?
So I have not since the loss of Heidi Faith, but I will tell you that we met so many people along the way that have experienced the same thing. So many other moms that carried their babies for 39 weeks and, didn't really know they were going to have an angel baby. So it's just, we feel like the Lord blessed us with the time knowing, that we could prepare for this. So we want to help other moms prepare for that same type of blessing too.
Now, in addition to the box that you have here, you have some other pictures that you brought.
Yes.
Can you walk us through the pictures that
Yes.
we're seeing?
Yes.
So there's one that says Heidi Faith Luter there with her little handprint. Her
Yes.
footprint.
So that is what the kit will look like. So those are the little foam impressions that we were able to get right after she had passed.
And I also love the picture of the painting, the paint prints that you did with your other kids
Yes.
as well.
So when we went to the hospital, it was Mother's Day weekend, and so we had gotten this little craft off of Etsy. And the big kids, I say the big kids, we have 3 other kids, and those are her siblings, and so they did their little fingerprints to make flowers. And so we wanted to get her handprint. Of course, we couldn't until she had passed, just because her little hands were so clenched. So we got her little handprint. And that's how we actually made her logo. That's her little handprint on there, because her little hand is so, so sweet, so important to us. And then we were looking at the photo, and my oldest daughter said, "Mom, there's the shadow of Jesus right there in the room." So we just feel like the Lord really took her by her hand and led her right on into heaven, and that's where she is right now.
Wow. So Heidi's Faith High Five Memorial Foundation.
Yes.
This box, how were you able to raise money for these boxes? Because this is actually really nice. This is really nice.
Yes. We have already accepted a few donations from family and friends, trying to kick off a good start. And then this weekend, actually some friends are putting on a rodeo, the Low Key Ranch and the Brick Church Meats and More. They're actually sponsoring a rodeo, and all the proceeds are going to go to her foundation. So.
Oh, that
Yes.
is wonderful. And that rodeo is taking place in Pulaski?
Yes, this weekend, Friday and Saturday night. There's a
Wonderful.
concert and a rodeo. So it's gonna be
After
fun.
that, how can we make donations
Yes.
to the foundation?
So we don't have anything set up online yet. We can accept checks or cash. So we're working on getting a website and other things. This is just like off the ground, like 2 weeks.
So really new.
Very, very new. Yes, but something been on my heart for a while to do for her. So, and I would also like to tell you that at the end of the year, like when we have fundraised and we have done all we're going to do with the handprints for that year, we're also going to make donations to things like the Special Olympics. We feel like if she had lived, she would definitely been special needs. So we also will support anything special needs with her foundation.
That is beautiful. If
Yes.
somebody would like to get more information
Yes.
to connect with you, how do they do that?
Yes. So I guess I'll tell you the easiest way is through Lulu's. That's where I work.
Okay.
And that's where I usually am. Of course, you can always email me. We could put our email out for that too. So.
Fantastic.
Yes.
And we'll have that email there at the bottom of your screen. It's popping up there. Do you mind giving it verbally?
Yes. So it's Jodie, Jodie, at Lewters, LEWTERS.com.
Jodie, thank you so
Yes.
much. Thank you for sharing what you're
Yes.
doing now for
Thank
other
you.
mothers to help them in their process. There's one other little highlight I would like to share if you're okay,
Okay.
with it.
Sure.
Recently we've done several stories with Mother's Milk Bank out of Murfreesboro,
Yes.
Tennessee, and that is something you have been helping other mothers with your breast milk.
Yes. So one of the things in my mind to help, I guess, in my grieving process is to help other mothers. And so I have been able to pump and donate right around 4,000 ounces through the milk bank and some other local moms that have been in need as well.
That is so
Yes.
very nice. Is there anything I haven't asked that you'd like to share?
I don't think so. I think we've covered it. Yes.
Jodie Luter, thank
Yes.
you so very
Thank
much.
you.
Again, that's Heidi Faith's High Five Memorial Foundation.
Yes.
Just a beautiful way to remember your
Yes.
daughter.
Thank you
again.
so much.
Anytime. Stick right here. We have more coming up right after this.
Mockingbird Title and Escrow is an attorney-owned and operated full-service title company in Middle Tennessee. We get your deals closed without worry and fuss. We're a family business that offers the highest level of expertise in our industry when it comes to closing and funding your real estate transactions.
And it's a job I really love. I'm passionate about this. I'm enthusiastic about this. I like to think we're pretty well rounded and can deal with a wide range of needs and a wide range of clients.
Call 615-274-8698 today.
Y'all, I'm serious right now. They have a dragon here. I saw it. Get out of here. Come on, I'll show you. Wait up. Whoa! I told a dragon.
Hey, welcome in, guys. Scott Stewart with you here, and I've got once again with me Mayor JJ Brenda. Hey, Mayor, how you doing?
Doing fine, Mr. Scott.
Hey, we did several interviews, several segments of that interview we did, and there's a lot of great information that came out of that. And right about the middle of us letting all those videos out, you came up with a new idea. And so tell us what's going on as far as this strategic developers meeting goes.
Sure thing. This will be one of many that we have, but this is Pulaski, Tennessee Strategic Development Meeting. It'll be held, it's on a Wednesday, it's next Wednesday, October the 25th. It's going to be at 2 o'clock, and it'll be at First National Bank here downtown, 206 South First Street. Obviously, that's Pulaski, Tennessee,
Right.
And the Heritage Theater. But we're excited about this coming up.
Tell me what you're thinking about with it. What your goals are.
Sure. What I'm doing is inviting everyone.
Right.
If there's local developers, local realtors want to join. If you're a business owner or thinking about getting into business, if this may be housing, commercial ventures, strip centers, restaurants. What my goal is with this is to put everybody in the room and let's start talking. What can we do? What can the city do to help you?
Yeah.
If there's anything, I've reached out to a lot of people here locally. It's been in the paper, It's we've had it on social media. We're also going to be reaching out to different communities,
right?
Just inviting people. Again, this is the first time, but it's just get the conversation started.
Yeah, I mean, we talk a lot about what we don't have around here, so maybe it's an idea of trying to fill those holes. And you say we're reaching out to other communities. Part of what we're doing here is we're hoping to reach out to our neighbors that are also part of our Main Street Media group. We've to ask you guys if anybody that's a developer or realtor fits any of those categories that has to do with helping us strategically plan how we're going to grow our community, we ask you to come down. And that's part of what we're doing is, yes, we want our local people to be involved. JJ just said it a minute ago, he wants local people involved. But we also want people from outside to bring in and tell us why, because they help us bring in different ideas.
Yeah,
right?
They can bring in different ideas. They can, a lot of our neighboring counties can talk to us about, hey, this is what we did when we say it's a residential development. This is what the city was able to help us with when we were here to develop 100 houses, and it's just giving different ideas out there.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing. Got it coming up, as JJ said, October the 25th. That's next Wednesday. Mm-hmm. You'll be seeing this on the 18th, hopefully, or sometime just after the 18th. It'll be 2 o'clock in the afternoon here at First National Bank, Giles Heritage Theater. And here, if you want to talk to, tell somebody you're coming, or you want to find out more information, I'm going to give you this phone number, okay? It's 931-363-2249. That's 931-363-2249. Or you can email the mayor here at mayorsassistant@Pulaski-TN.com. That's mayors, M-A-Y-O-R-S, assistant@Pulaski-TN.com. Any other information you want to drop on anybody before we go, JJ?
No, just hope to see everyone there.
Yeah.
Just come with an open mind, and this is here for a positive feedback.
Right.
This is what we're reaching for.
Well, and you just said it. It's a first step.
Yes, sir.
First step towards trying to find a better way to fill some of the gaps that we see in our community. So, JJ, thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for spending some time with me. Thank you, guys. We'll be right back right after this.
Thank you.
Since 1975, Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint Clinic has treated the orthopedic needs of Middle Tennessee residents. The trained physicians provide surgical options and minimally invasive options to treat all orthopedic needs. The walk-in clinic, OrthoQuick, helps you bypass the ER while treating sports injuries and acute needs Monday through Saturday. Visit MTBJ online at mtbj.net or on social media at Mid-Tennessee Bone Joint Clinic.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily, as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
Having a good, confident smile and being able to portray that positivity to others is really helpful.
A professional family atmosphere is what we get every time we come here.
Our hygienists do a better job at kind of assessing mouths and coming up with plans than most dentists do.
They're very kind and they're very aware of other people.
I think if there's things that I would want you to leave here with, I want you to feel like you were heard, that we listened to you, and I want you to feel like that your concerns were addressed.
Welcome back into Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee. Right now, we're going to take a look at sports. We've got Maurice Patton and Scott Stewart this week filling in for Wade Neely. So we'll take it away, Mo.
Thanks, Chris. Be sure and pick up this week's Main Street Murray print edition for coverage of Summertown girls golf as they won their 6th consecutive state championship, and also Carly Campbell picking up her first after 4 straight runner-up finishes. We've got coverage of that. We've also got some district soccer postseason play coverage and a short Week 9 football schedule. We've also got Mostradamus's Week 10 picks, so you can check out what he sees for this upcoming weekend. Full slate of games this week. And be sure and see our Red Zone Rundown, where we've got stats, standings, schedules, and the Main Street Preps Top 25. So all of that is in this week's print edition of Main Street Murray. Coming up this week on the website, we will also have postseason soccer, volleyball, cross country, and Week 10. Again, it's a full slate of games. Everybody's playing. Everybody's back from fall break, so we'll have coverage of everybody across the area on the gridiron this weekend. That will all be on the website at mainstreetmurray.com and in next week's paper as well. Thanks.
Thanks, Mo. Scott, what's going on down in Pulaski?
Everybody, Scott Stewart again with you, and this week you get me again for the sports as Wade is still out of town, and we hope he has a safe trip back, and hopefully he'll come back next week. But hey, it was an interesting week in sports as always. Giles County homecoming won big over Community, 69-14. A lot of the baby Bobcats, as Wade and Chris like to call them, got on the field, and it was a big night for the Bobcats. And so congratulations as they go to 6-2 on the season and 3-0 in Region 4 AAA play. Giles County will be off again this week, and they'll pick back up next week with Sequatchie coming to town, coming to the Brickyard in 2 weeks. Not this Friday, but next Friday. And that'll be for the top 2 spots. Those 2 guys will be fighting for the top 2 spots there in Region 4 AAA. It was another tough night for the Richland Raiders Friday night as they went over to Summertown and fell 26-21. Both teams played really hard, put it all out there on the field. Summertown was able to pick up their first win of the season, and the Eagles take that one. That was a non-region game for Richland, which means that they still are in the same position they were going into that game, needing a win in the region to secure themselves a spot in the playoffs. Well, they've got that game coming up this weekend, and it'll be at Eagleville. And Richland really needs to win that game at Eagleville this weekend to secure their spot in the playoffs. Otherwise, they would be forced to try to beat Moore County next week. The next week, and that, I mean, not that they can't, but that's just going to be asking a whole lot. So, Pulaski Citizen Live is going to have the streaming audio of that Richland at Eagleville game. Don't miss Mark and Jennifer's call, and we'll have a photographer there, myself or Wade or somebody else from the newspaper will be there taking pictures so we can make sure you guys can see the action as well as read all about the action in the Pulaski Citizen next week. So real quick to let you guys know, coming up this weekend, October the 21st, that's Saturday, is going to be the Giles County Fraternal Order of Police. They'll host the 2023 Run Walk this Saturday out at the Blue Creek community, and registration is $20. All this information is in the Pulaski Citizen, by the way. I urge you to pick up the paper, read all about the Bobcats, read all about the Raiders, and read all about the FOP charity run that's coming up this Saturday. And that's the wrap for Pulaski Citizen Sports.
Appreciate it, fellas. All right, when we come back, more Mornings on Main Street right after this.
This is Chris Yao with Main Street Sports Today. Every show, Mo Patton and I welcome friends from all across the sports landscape, from high school coaches and reporters to national, college, and pro sports personalities. You never know who might stop by for a chat. AP Tennessee sports editor, three-time Tennessee Sports Writer of the Year 2020 TSWA Hall of Famer. She covers the Titans, the Predators, the Grizzlies, college football, and hoops. Please make welcome Teresa Walker.
Former University of Tennessee, former Team USA Olympian, ex-Cy Young Award winner, R.A. Dickey. R.A., did I miss anything?
Man, that was sweet. Yeah, I need to listen to that before I go to bed every night. That was nice.
Has 5 sports Emmys. That's not bad for the other guy in Wham, Ryan McGee.
Other guy in Wham married the best looking girl, Bananarama, so other guy in Wham had a pretty good life.
From preps to pros, we're taking on the sports topics you care about. Tune in across Main Street Media social platforms at 2 p.m. or on demand on your podcast distribution platform of choice. Custom Stone Handler supplies over 600 distributors and suppliers with quality stone products. Along with River Stone, we produce and distribute over 100 building, landscape, and other bulk products. Our goal is to provide quality products, service, and partnerships to ensure our customers' success. We firmly believe that the measure of any person or company is how they treat other people and customers. Give them a call at 931-490-4990 or visit CustomStonehandlers.com.
Welcome back into Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee. Time now to take a look at weather from our friends at Tennessee Valley Weather.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather today.
Good Wednesday morning. I'm Kelly Rawson in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with a check at your forecast. We are starting things off on a sunny note, so be sure to grab the sunglasses before you head out the door here in Southern Middle Tennessee. Temperatures still on the chilly side, so be sure to grab a jacket as well. Temperatures in the 40s will eventually warm back into the upper 60s to maybe even lower 70s this afternoon. You can see it's going to be feeling pretty nice this afternoon with plenty of sunshine for the daytime, then clouds filter in back for the evening with temperatures eventually falling into the 50s and 40s, and then a few rain showers are possible early on in the day Thursday, but there's more where that came from heading into the evening and overnight. That's where the bulk of the rain showers that we're expecting will time out, as well as a few thunderstorms mixed in as well. So just keep that in mind for Thursday evening and overnight. A few lingering morning thunder showers, but overall eventually starting to clear out by Friday afternoon and evening with temperatures in the 70s for the next few days and then back into the 60s Friday and Saturday. But we will be dry for this weekend, but hopefully we get a decent rain later this week because we do desperately need it here in the region.
And that's going to do it for this edition of Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee. Thank you guys once again for hanging out with us each and every week. So excited to tell you the stories of what is happening and going on in Southern Middle Tennessee, both Murray and Giles counties and surrounding areas. So once again, we'll be back next week with more Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee. Until then, have a great day.